Welcome back to This Morning, and we're still celebrating the incredible life and career of the wonderful Paul O'Grady.
Somebody's balls there on the floor. I'm not surprised after that routine.
I'm not drunk, it's these mules that are death trap. Honest to God, Bob, I haven't had a drop.
Good evening, and welcome to Blind Date. We've got 3 young offenders operating this. That's it, move yourselves, or you'll be back in Borstal before you can say Judge Judy. Do you hear me?
There wasn't a woman who lived in this shoe. Wait, now this is really interesting because she's doing something with glue. Now, my glasses. This...
Just a little bit crazy, he's 80. He used to be a lady. The Paul O'Grady Show. Come on, Olga. The motherless, fabulous, leprous,
Wow, what a career.
Yeah.
What a career. Vanessa has stayed with us, and we're also now joined by a close friend of Paul, Nigel Havers, who starred alongside him in many pantomimes at the iconic London Palladium. Hey, guys. Nigel, you met Paul, and instantly you sparked a friendship, right?
Yes, he was that sort of a character. He was exactly the same off camera, so to speak, as he was on, so you knew what you were going to meet.
Yeah.
And I first met him when he, at his O'Grady show, did several guest appearances on that. And then when he came and we did the panto at the Palladium, the first one, Cinderella, he was just amazing. And he's the only person I know who can corpse Julian Clary on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Gosh,
can.
that really
Every
must
night.
take something.
And all of us would wait and we'd watch in the wings to see what would happen.
Oh, gosh.
And he'd go on a rant how much he hated pantomime while he was doing it to the audience.
He was the master of that, wasn't he? I mean, that was just seemed to be where he was most comfortable. He also had this extraordinary, as we saw in the clip there, this way with animals. I mean, particularly dogs, obviously, with the show For the Love of Dogs. But you shared that passion with him as well.
Absolutely. He treated dogs like human beings. That was the key to him.
Yeah.
And so we would all bring our dogs into the theatre, which was great, because you're there a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 shows a day.
And you were you about to start a new project with him?
Well, no, I know he wanted to do this new radio show.
Right.
That's right.
Was it on Boom Radio?
Yes,
That's right,
yes, he was all
yeah,
set to
so-
start. Yes, absolutely.
And as you said, this is a celebration, though, isn't it? Because he was such a talented performer.
Yeah.
And so funny. As you said, he was just as funny. You know, a lot of comedians are not funny.
Some comedians are real surly beeps.
yes.
You know, they're never funny. You can't get a single joke out of them. And often you interview them and you think, oh, come on, you're trying to sell your show. Say at least one funny word.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was almost incapable of saying anything that wasn't funny, wasn't he?
it's so
Absolutely hilarious.
But rehearsals for the pantomime were almost even better, really, because he would just busk it.
Yeah.
And I could just work out how he did it.
Well, I think it was, don't you think it was that very, very hard school of knocks in working men's clubs? So he had to be the absolute master of the put down, you know, the spontaneous response to a heckler, you know, falling off his unbelievably uncomfortable stilettos. You know, he had to learn, didn't he? And he wasn't going to have script writers and everything in those days. He was his own.
He just
Also,
came out.
like, he was a real trailblazer. Like, if you think about the things that he was doing, I mean, he did it first. I mean, to be on mainstream TV in drag at that time just wasn't something that was done.
And that was another thing that he really, really moaned about. Because, you know, lots of drag queens love the makeup and the clothes and the corsets and the shoes. That wasn't him at all.
No,
and he couldn't wait to loz it off immediately. I mean, he just wanted to be... Do you remember when he actually suddenly emerged as Paul O'Grady from behind the facade of Lily's Hand? And he was so relieved. He was like, oh, thank God, I can't be bothered with those wigs and those eyelashes and getting ready. I can't stand it. He was really thrilled to be himself, and that was actually an absolute revelation. But I just want to say one thing about the dogs. Do you remember that if you went on the Paul O'Grady show, do you remember they gave you a little buster?
Yeah.
And they became these precious collector's items. I've treasured mine.
Have you got one?
Yeah, mate, of course.
You need to keep that
I've
somewhere very safe.
Definitely, I was clinging on to it.
He was a very elegant man. He looked immaculate, and he's a slim and good-looking man. And as you said, he
What
was...
about clever, though? So
Yeah.
learned.
And-
I think
Yeah.
that's not an exaggeration. Incredibly well-read, amazingly well-informed, and wore it very lightly. So you didn't feel like he was telling you anything.
He liked people. He liked meeting new people.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be intelligent to make a career last that long and be that funny and be on so many different shows and the variety of shows he was on. I mean, the tributes are pouring in from all corners.
I think also, don't you feel that he made time for people?
Yeah, indeed.
He did. I mean, he was very, very busy. He had a lovely partner, had about 1 million animals. As you say, he was doing all these different shows and all sorts of stuff. But somehow he made you feel, didn't he?
He did.
That he absolutely could focus on you. He
That's
cared about
so
you.
true.
And that's a big deal. That's kind of Nelson Mandela-ish thing.
Yeah.
And I
You
spoke
know.
to Julie and Clary this morning, who was they were very, very
Close.
and he just said he was just such good company.
Yeah.
Just to have, go out for dinner and have time, spend time with. He was just such fun, and he, always worth being with, really, in every way.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in and paying tribute to
real
your
pleasure.
friend. Well, if there's one thing we all associate with Paul, it was his passionate love for all dogs.
Big or small, shy or affectionate, he believed that every dog deserved the chance of a forever home.
No, we don't take dry cleaning. No. Even if it's a dog-related incident. Get a jiffy cloth or something. Hello? I put them all on the wrong list. I'm all caught up here now. Hello? Here, you deal with it. Checking now to see how that patelectomy went. Looks good to me. Whoa, Barley, I'm hot now. It's roasted. Come on, take it easy now. Don't be dragging me around. Come on, this way. Oh, my God. Come on, this way. Go on. Oh, my God. This isn't an easy job.
Well, we're joined now by Sean Opperman, veterinary director at Battersea and Cats Home, and that is Dottie, I think, that is on your lap there. Hello, Dottie. Welcome to the show. There is no doubt. I mean, he was just a remarkable ambassador for you, wasn't he?
He's just been a huge part of Battersea for the last 10 or 11 years, being pretty much an on-site presence for all of that time. And as you say, a huge ambassador for, well, not just us, but for rescue dogs in general, truth.
Yeah, you worked alongside Paul in For Love of Dogs, didn't you? What was it like working with him?
Goodness. Firstly, he's very generous. He puts everyone at their ease when he's filming. He's very caring. And he's just, he's just so very funny. I mean, we've been talking about this morning. And a lot of that probably, if I'm honest, was unbroadcastable. And I think anyone who knows him will know that that's true. And so it wasn't live most of the time. But he worried when they were sick, and he shared in our joy when they were rehomed. A lot of these animals, of course, these dogs went on quite a journey with us. It's a short program, but they require a lot of care and attention and expertise. And you felt like he was with you all the way.
Well, he was also with you when you opened the new veterinary centre and Queen Camilla was there. I mean, that must be a wonderful memory to have now.
I've got so many memories of Paul, and lots of them are just... I think anyone who has dogs will know that they're just sort of fun to be around. And even just one of the last times I was with Paul, we were filming with this huge, great black Newfoundland called Margot, needed knee surgery, and we were just having a sort of film chat in the office, but we hadn't really realised that the chair that Paul was sat on was an office chair with wheels on it. And there it is. And there's Margot there, and just as I handed Paul the lead, Margot, as dogs do, they're not all as well behaved as Dottie, decided that she had other things to do and places to step in. She just exited the room at speed, dragging Paul behind him, spinning on this chair.
Oh my God. I could almost hear what he was saying in that moment.
He really did seem to be sort of at his happiest when he was around dogs, right?
Yeah, and I mean that came across. You can't make that sort of stuff up, and that's why he so endeared himself to us. But also that came across, I'm sure, on the programme, and I suspect that's why it was such a hit with millions of viewers, because his care and love of dogs just shone through all the time. And of course, he rehomed several of our dogs as well.
He did.
The first one was Eddie, which was as a puppy from a cesarean I did, I think, in the first series 10 years ago. And that was the first of many,
Yeah, no, he did amazing things. He really shone a light on Battersea and all the good work that you do. Continue to do that, please. And thank you for joining us this morning. And, yeah, sorry for the loss of your friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. One off, and we'll miss him. Thank you.
Thank you very much.